All right, thank you much. It is the last day of our Generation Stressed series. All week we've been talking about different generations and how stressed they are. Today we are focusing on the silent generation, that is people born before 1942.
Research suggests as people get older and have more life experiences, they become more resilient and positive. We went to Clermont Park Senior Living Community for advice.
I'm John Alanius, and during this year I will turn 80. I am 79 now.
I'm Mary Catherine Johnson, and I'm old enough.
I'm working on a song. When did I grow old, Lord? When did I grow old? When did it happen? Why wasn't I told? I haven't got much farther than that, but I think I just don't think of myself as old.
And most of us are lifelong learners. You don't stop learning. You just keep learning more stuff. And the more stuff you learn, the happier you can be.
So maybe it's just not get boxed in. Don't get labeled. Don't get, don't let other people determine who you are.
When challenges occur, that you will also step up to the plate. You take the Parkland kids, okay? They didn't just sit back and say, oh, poor me. No, they didn't. They picked up the banner.
Be ready for change, accept change. Don't stay somewhere where you're not happy.
If I can't go out my door with a smile on my face so that anybody I meet in the hall, I get to smile at and give them a boost, then I'm not going out the door. Because the smile that you give somebody may be what helps them to get through the day.
Oh,
Such great advice.
Such great advice.
I even love hearing from them.
Awesome.
This generation has been through and seen so much. It's not like this positive outlook comes from living an easy life.
Boy, that's for sure. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we'll talk to some other members of the silent generation about the adversity they went through to get them to this positive attitude. We'll be right back.
And it's been an interesting process because it's not like this generation has had easy lives, right? They've gone through a lot. There are wars, the Great Depression, of course, sickness and health issues. Take Roberta and Francis, who both lost their spouses a few years ago.
We were married 61 years, and then he got Alzheimer's and he passed away.
We were married for 68 years, which is quite a little while, and everything was great. She had Alzheimer's, and that takes a toll on the family and everybody else.
You don't think about the stress, you just think about what can I do to help him.
I guess you do what you have to do. Get up in the morning and take care of things.
I saw so many people so much worse off than he was, and I just counted my blessings and his.
Roberta's husband and Francis's wife lost their lives within 6 days of each other. And despite the pain and the hardship the two were going through, they were still able to find happiness at the Clermont Park retirement community.
And after we lost our spouses, we drifted together.
Because it would be very easy to fall down into depression when you see your spouse that you can't fix, you can't help them, you can't do anything.
Individuals find the necessary strength to do what needs to be done, and you don't really think about it. It's just things that have to be done.
Well, and I could remember the day I was walking down, and I had somebody scratch me on the back like this, and he was following me.
I don't remember it quite that way, but that's okay.
And then he generally calls me every night before bedtime, and we chat and say goodnight, and those things make a big difference when you're alone.
The real problem is as you get older, your social group gets smaller and smaller, and it's not easy to rebuild that social group. So there's a need for companionship, and that's what this does.
They go on trips together, they hang out with each other's families. They say their outlook is just how they were raised. The idea of these are the cards you've been dealt with and you just have to make the most of it. So coming up at 6:30, we're going to hear from a woman who worked for the Army during World War II. She remembers her experience and shares how she's been able to maintain a positive outlook as well. And studies showed this generation is the happiest just because that's how life goes. When you get older, you learn how to deal with stress. You kind of learn how to be positive about anything. But all of these fabulous people who I talked to say it's just like they did, like they said, it's how they were raised. They just grew up thinking, we got to be positive. You might as well. Life is short.
What a terrific lesson for all of us. I mean, that is the coolest thing.
They're so sweet. I think that they've been through so much that they realize that the small things that so many other generations stress so much about really are just small things in comparison to what they have actually seen. So they have just a totally different outlook.
Yeah. They're not complaining about things like screen time.
Right.
They're saying our social group is shrinking, so we spend more time together and we say goodnight before we go to sleep. Just feels like those real interactions that are a lot more genuine and meaningful.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's really interesting. I mean, my mom's in her 90s, and she has lost a lot of her friends, obviously, and she has kind of made a new social group of younger people, and that's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just nice.
It's important. And you were talking in one of the earlier pieces, one of the women talking about being lifelong learners, and I think having these multi-generational friendships helps you to do that. It's smart to do.
For sure.
Good
It's
stuff.
been fun to hear from them.
I know,
they are
isn't
so
it
cute. I want to
amazing?
hug them all.
I know, and if you've missed any of it, we're putting it online, 9news.com.
All right, Liz, thank you much. Let's check the weather.
My name is Phyllis Ruth Dye, and I'm 88 years old plus.
My name's Art Van Epps. Right now I'm a young 83. Next week I'll be an old 84.
I am Henry A. Weimar. I was born in Gießen, Germany in 1926.
Well, I'd just say enjoy every day for what it is, because someday you'll be sitting in a chair like this, or a regular chair hopefully, and be able to look back on all those times, and they got to be times that you can remember and you can be happy about and you can enjoy yourself.
Oh, let it go. Sun will come up tomorrow. I love that song from Annie.
Just take your time in what you do. Be very carefully in every step that you take.
Just kick back. What is it the kids say? Stay cool, chill. We didn't have those kind of words, but it's good advice.
Kick back and chill.
It's fabulous.
I love them.
Tomorrow, tomorrow.
Her favorite song from Annie.
Yeah, love that. Hey, Silent Generation is going to be giving us their advice all morning long, and we should take it.
Yes.
Hopefully their perspective can inspire us to let things go and have more peace.
Be a little bit less stressed. Good advice. We'll be right back.